It all started with loneliness. I would stay mostly in my room all day, with only really the company of books or my computer, which was the home of YouTube. And YouTube was really special to me. As a kid, I loved watching YouTube, but I think many people can relate to that. I really, really loved watching YouTubers. It was one of my favorite things to do. Every day, come home after school, open up the laptop, watch Markiplier, watch Jacksepticeye, watch all these other YouTubers who I loved. And watching these people would make me feel a little less alone when I went through some really, really hard times. I would come home crying because I was bullied, or I just would really have a really bad day, or really bad life in general, now that I think about it. And I would turn on some YouTube videos, I would watch them, and I would find myself laughing. I would find myself laughing and smiling, and I realized, oh, I want to do this for other people. I want to make other people feel a little less alone every time they turn on YouTube, or when they go on the internet and they have a community where they can see people talking and drawing and having a lot of fun together and just existing together without a lot of fear. And I was like, I want to make people feel less alone. So, along with my love of creating things and telling stories, I started making YouTube videos when I was about 16, 17. Hello everyone, I am Inky the Wolf and welcome to Heartbound. My grandma helped me get a gaming PC, and I eventually saved up for some more equipment as well. A Blue Yeti microphone, a really crappy looking back C920 Logitech webcam, whatever it was called. I had a total jank setup. I had a laptop recording with the Logitech that was recording the face cam from a Cheez-It box over my computer. I had the Blue Yeti like sitting next to me. It was a mess, but it worked. And what was really special was that it wasn't much, but it was enough to where I could make some stuff, and I really got into it. I got my first taste of editing. I got my first taste of writing out a script, which wasn't much of a script. It was more like words and then a transition and that kind of like a video planning situation. It wasn't really much of a script per se, but it was a kind of a plan. It was a plan. It wasn't really a script. It was more of like a video plan, but I count it as kind of a script. So that's how I got my start making videos. I just started making videos, making content on YouTube, and I was like, I really would enjoy doing this. I really want to do this more. I don't think I could do this as a job because it's so saturated and it seems like such a difficult thing to do. And I discovered filmmaking. And I was like, oh, well, this is basically what I'm doing. This is writing it out, having the idea. This is shooting it on a camera. This is working on audio. This is sharing an experience with someone. This is making something for other people to have and to see and to interpret and to live through in their own way. And I loved it. I really, really loved it. And I wanted to do it a lot. More than I already did, because I was only doing it sometimes as a little fun thing. Creatively, I would really like to work on TV shows or movies in the future and maybe get my own ideas off the ground in terms of screenplay or script, because I love to write fun scripts or storyboards or just have little pitch ideas that I can throw, and I really would like to get those off the ground eventually someday. I would love to help produce or direct or write or I like doing a lot of stuff on film sets. So basically just being part of the process of the creative situation that happens when it comes to making films or shows, I really enjoy. And I just love them. And I really hope that someday I can be a part of those. Otherwise, creatively, I just really hope I can keep making YouTube videos for fun, because it really helps me get that creative stuff out, especially when it comes to like having ideas for like scripted videos or whatever. It gives me a lot of ideas for like unique little tidbits I can uh, put in there and have some fun when I'm making those kinds of YouTube videos. When it comes to career, I love a multitude of things. I really love camera work, I love writing, I love the idea of directing, I love editing, I really like any part of the process. I think every single part of the process is so important. And I think you can get a lot out of any position being on a film set or a show set or any of those things. I just really hope I can be a part of the process. And I guess still create these types of fun internet videos too, because I really like doing those. So maybe eventually I can find a job where I could create the things I love and just be able to make enough to make ends meet. I think that would be really, really awesome. Beast is my mascot. I suppose I could describe him as a cat, goat, demon thing. Beast is a representation of my channel, but he's also a bit of an extension of myself. I'd say when it comes to my channel, he is much more representation of how I would like people to see it. He's just this little fun guy who's like a little bright purple color, and he has like this bright yellow and pink eye. One eye is gone. There's a bit of a story behind that, but it's not too interesting. When I was designing Beast, I went through a lot of different ideas, and that included his first iteration, who was more of like a bomb character. Like he was supposed to be like this embodiment of like a bomb, like a bomb person, like a bomb creature, and he was called Bombhead. That was his thing. He was just a bomb with like cat ears and like a little fuse on top of his head, like, and a fuse for a tail, and he had like these like little hands. I didn't really do a lot with this design, but then I kept adding stuff to him, and I was like, oh, I want to add horns. Ooh, I like the idea of him having like this, like maybe a missing eye, or maybe both his eyes or X's. And I went through like a bunch of different ideas. And the final one I landed on was where I removed the bomb concept. Of course, Beast still has this like little fuse-esque tail, but that's more of like a lion's tail, I guess? I don't really know. He's just a little beast. That's where his name comes from. I wasn't sure what he was, so I called him a beast, and that was his whole thing. And now he is, I guess, an original character. He's kind of like my Mickey Mouse. He's the character that represents myself, or an extension of myself, in a lot of my works. And I don't think he'll leave from the channel anytime soon, or my sketchbooks. Success to me is defined by, I think, happiness, or maybe reach of that. I don't necessarily have a goal of getting the most money in the world or being the most famous in the world, but I have a goal of making it so I can impact as many people as I can positively as possible. That would be the dream, is to be able to take this thing I've created and put it out in the world and give people a positive experience or impact on their lives. I don't care if I make $1 million from that or just $1. I don't care that much. I mean, it could be really cool to make enough money to keep doing it, and enough to sustain this idea that I have, enough to create more things. But at the same time, I don't need to be a billionaire to do that. All I need to do is just be stable, and I could probably just keep making things for eternity, because that's all I want to do. That's all I love to do. That's all I find worth doing half the time, is making something that makes me happy, and that could give people a positive experience as well, or at least a positive takeaway. That would be the dream. So I guess after saying all of this, I'm a bit of a mess. Sorry. But that's what I want to celebrate here. That's what I want to celebrate, is that what Beast represents, what I represent when I go out there, put myself out there, and just make stuff that makes me happy, is the fact that I want everyone to be able to embrace themselves as they are, flaws and all, because we deserve it. We deserve to be happy. We deserve to have fun with ourselves and just have a healthy, loving relationship with ourselves, and just, I don't know, just make a positive impact everywhere we go. I feel like that's my goal. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video about myself and the brand I hope to create in the future. So yeah, so thanks so much for watching. If you want to, you can check out my links down below. Read the bio I put out there on the blog. If you're watching this on my channel, I have a little blog I posted out there. If you're already on the blog, thanks for checking it out. And I guess that's all. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you guys next time. But until then, remember to stay tuned. Goodbye.